CLEP English Literature Victorian Literature. Question 1. When Dorothea Brooke appears in a CLEP-style item, which work fits? Option A. The Rape of the Lock. Option B. Dover Beach. Option C. Middlemarch. Option D. The Temple. The correct answer is option C. Middlemarch. Dorothea Brooke is a central figure in George Eliot's realist Victorian novel. Elizabeth Bennet is Austen's heroine, Clarissa Dalloway is Wolfe's character, Satan is Milton's epic rebel. Question 2. During character review, which work belongs with Heathcliff and Catherine? Option A. Wuthering Heights. Option B. To His Coy Mistress. Option C. King Lear. Option D. Hamlet. The correct answer is option A. Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff and Catherine are at the emotional center of Emily Bronte's Gothic novel. Pip belongs to Great Expectations, Dorothea belongs to Middlemarch, Belinda belongs to The Rape of the Lock. Question 3. Preparing a CLEP-style clue. If a poem uses a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth, which device is present? Option A. Iambic pentameter. Option B. Allegory. Option C. Blank verse. Option D. Paradox. The correct answer is option D. Paradox. Paradox fits because it means a statement that seems contradictory but reveals a deeper truth. Blank verse and iambic pentameter refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Allegory is also different, hyperbole exaggerates, allusion references outside material, enjambment carries syntax across lines. Question 4. Study cards should connect T.S. Eliot with which work? Option A. Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option C. Tristram Shandy. Option D. The Wasteland. The correct answer is option D. The Wasteland. The Wasteland fits because it is T.S. Eliot's work, a modernist poem marked by fragmentation, illusion, spiritual dryness, and cultural crisis. Tristram Shandy is associated with Lawrence Sterne, A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. Songs of Innocence and Experience belongs with William Blake, not this author clue. Question 5. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue among these titles, which one contains Prospero? Option A. The Remains of the Day. Option B. To His Coy Mistress. Option C. The Tempest. Option D. Volpone. The correct answer is option C. The Tempest. Prospero is the magician and exiled ruler in Shakespeare's late romance. Lear belongs to King Lear, Gulliver belongs to Swift's satire, Okonkwo belongs to Things Fall Apart. Question 6. Examining a CLEP-style clue, can a CLEP item about Matthew Arnold point to which work? Option A. Ulysses. Option B. Dover Beach. Option C. A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option D. Sonnets. The correct answer is option B. Dover Beach. Dover Beach fits because it is Matthew Arnold's work, a Victorian lyric often linked with religious doubt, melancholy and cultural uncertainty. A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare, Ulysses is associated with James Joyce. Sonnets belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 7. Considering a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by Geoffrey Chaucer? Option A. Things Fall Apart. Option B. To His Coy Mistress. Option C. Omrose. Option D. Troilus and Cresside. The correct answer is option D. Troilus and Cresside. Troilus and Cresside fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. To His Coy Mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell, Omrose is associated with Derek Walcott. Things Fall Apart belongs with Chinua Achebe, not this author clue. Question 8. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, when Wuthering Heights appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B. Emily Bronte. Option C. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option B. Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte fits because Wuthering Heights is a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland, Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Kazuo Ishiguro points instead to The Remains of the Day, so it does not match this clue. Question 9. Testing a CLEP-style clue, when Chinua Achebe appears in review, which title fits? Option A. In Memoriam AHH. Option B. Paradise Lost. Option C. Things Fall Apart. Option D. Gulliver's Travels. The correct answer is option C. Things Fall Apart. Things Fall Apart fits because it is Chinua Achebe's work, a post-colonial novel about Igbo society, colonial disruption and cultural conflict. Gulliver's Travels is associated with Jonathan Swift, Paradise Lost is associated with John Milton. In Memoriam AHH belongs with Alfred, Lord Tennyson, not this author. Clue. Question 10. Comparing a CLEP style clue among these writers, who is linked to Middlemarch? Option A D. H. Lawrence. Option B Chinua Achebe. Option C George Eliot. Option D Samuel Beckett. The correct answer is option C, George Eliot. George Eliot fits because Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity and Dorothea Brooke. Samuel Beckett is linked to Waiting for Godot, Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. D. H. Lawrence points instead to Sons and Lovers, so it does not match this clue. Question 11. Tracing a CLEP style clue, which author is most closely associated with 1984? Option A George Orwell. Option B Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C Virginia Woolf. Option D John Milton. The correct answer is option A, George Orwell. George Orwell fits because 1984 is a dystopian political novel about surveillance, language control and totalitarian power. Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway, John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. Geoffrey Chaucer points instead to the Canterbury Tales, so it does not match this clue. Question 12. Interpreting a CLEP style clue, how is the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject usually labeled? Option A dramatic monologue. Option B tone. Option C tragedy. Option D conceit. The correct answer is option B, tone. Tone fits because it means the speaker's or author's attitude toward the subject. Conceit and tragedy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Dramatic monologue is also different. Mood is the feeling created in the reader, plot is event sequence, meter is rhythmic pattern. Question 13. Among these titles, which one contains Chester Bayfield? Option A 1984. Option B The Canterbury Tales. Option C Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option D Robinson Crusoe. The correct answer is option C, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Tess is the tragic heroine in Hardy's late Victorian novel. Jane Eyre belongs to Charlotte Bronte, Molly Bloom belongs to Joyce, Christian belongs to Bunyan. Question 14. Among these writers, who is linked to Orinoco? Option A William Wordsworth. Option B T.S. Eliot. Option C Aphra Behn. Option D Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option C, Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn fits because Orinoco is an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery and heroic romance. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels, T.S. Eliot is linked to The Wasteland. William Wordsworth points instead to lyrical ballads, so it does not match this clue. Question 15. Recognizing a CLEP style clue, which work is tied to Edmund Spenser? Option A Othello. Option B The Fairy Queen. Option C Hamlet. Option D Paradise Lost. The correct answer is option B, The Fairy Queen. The Fairy Queen fits because it is Edmund Spenser's work, an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Paradise Lost is associated with John Milton, Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare. Othello belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author. Clue. Question 16. Examining a CLEP style clue, can a CLEP item about Alfred, Lord Tennyson point to which work? Option A The Remains of the Day. Option B In Memoriam AHH. Option C Midnight's Children. Option D King Lear. The correct answer is option B, In Memoriam AHH. In Memoriam AHH fits because it is Alfred, Lord Tennyson's work, a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro, King Lear is associated with William Shakespeare. Midnight's Children belongs with Salman Rushdie, not this author. Clue. Question 17. Considering a CLEP style clue, when Christian appears in a CLEP style item, which work fits? Option A Hamlet. Option B Sons and Lovers. Option C The Wasteland. Option D The Pilgrim's Progress. The correct answer is option D, The Pilgrim's Progress. Christian is the allegorical pilgrim whose journey represents spiritual life. Gulliver is Swift's traveler, Hamlet is Shakespeare's prince, Prufrock is Eliot's anxious speaker. Question 18. Among these writers, who is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese? Option A Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B Doris Lessing. Option C George Eliot. Option D Kazuo Ishiguro. The correct answer is option A, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Elizabeth Barrett Browning fits because Sonnets from the Portuguese is a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. Doris Lessing is linked to the Golden Notebook, George Eliot is linked to Middlemarch. Kazuo Ishiguro points instead to the remains of the day, so it does not match this clue. Question 19. Testing a CLEP style clue, which work includes the Duke describing a portrait? Option A, Mrs. Dalloway. Option B, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Option C, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option D, My Last Duchess. The correct answer is option D, My Last Duchess. Browning's Duke reveals control and jealousy while speaking about the portrait of his last duchess. Tennyson's elegy mourns Arthur Hallam, Arnold's lyric reflects faith and doubt, Keats's ode meditates on art. Question 20. Comparing a CLEP-style clue during work matching, which title belongs to Emily Bronte? Option A, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option B, Pride and Prejudice. Option C, Dr. Faustus. Option D, Wuthering Heights. The correct answer is option D, Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights fits because it is Emily Bronte's work, a Gothic Victorian novel of passion, revenge, setting, and layered narration. Pride and Prejudice is associated with Jane Austen, A Midsummer Night's Dream is associated with William Shakespeare. Dr. Faustus belongs with Christopher Marlowe, not this author clue. Question 21. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, select a term for a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development. Option A, Foreshadowing. Option B, Bildungsroman. Option C, Gothic. Option D, Iambic pentameter. The correct answer is option B, Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman fits because it means a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development. Foreshadowing and iambic pentameter refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Gothic is also different, epic is a heroic poem, allegory uses sustained symbolic meaning, satire mocks vice. Question 22. How would a clue about Charlotte Bronte most likely be answered? Option A, Jane Eyre. Option B, The Importance of Being Earnest. Option C, King Lear. Option D, Ode on a Grecian Urn. The correct answer is option A, Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre fits because it is Charlotte Bronte's work, a Victorian Bildungsroman with Gothic elements, moral independence, and first-person narration. The Importance of Being Earnest is associated with Oscar Wilde, King Lear is associated with William Shakespeare. Ode on a Grecian Urn belongs with John Keats, not this author clue. Question 23. Preparing a CLEP-style clue if a clue names Elizabeth Bennet, which title is expected? Option A, Robinson Crusoe. Option B, Hard Times. Option C, Pride and Prejudice. Option D, Heart of Darkness. The correct answer is option C, Pride and Prejudice. Elizabeth Bennet is Austen's witty heroine in a novel of manners. Dorothea Brooke belongs to Middlemarch, Clarissa Dalloway belongs to Mrs. Dalloway, Ophelia belongs to Hamlet. Question 24. Studying a CLEP-style clue, recognizing Jane Eyre and Rochester points to which work? Option A, Lyrical Ballads. Option B, My Last Duchess. Option C, Jane Eyre. Option D, Hamlet. The correct answer is option C, Jane Eyre. Jane and Rochester are central to Charlotte Bronte's Gothic Bildungsroman. Catherine and Heathcliff belong to Wuthering Heights, Elizabeth and Darcy belong to Pride and Prejudice, Vladimir and Estragon belong to Waiting for Godot. Question 25. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, should My Last Duchess be matched with which writer? Option A, Robert Browning. Option B, Mary Shelley. Option C, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option D, Edmund Spenser. The correct answer is option A, Robert Browning. Robert Browning fits because My Last Duchess is a dramatic monologue revealing character through a speaker's controlled self-exposure. Edmund Spenser is linked to the Fairy Queen, Mary Shelley is linked to Frankenstein. Samuel Taylor Coleridge points instead to the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, so it does not match this clue. Question 26. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these writers, who is linked to Jane Eyre? Option A, Andrew Marvell. Option B, Charles Dickens. Option C, John Bunyan. Option D, Charlotte Bronte. The correct answer is option D, Charlotte Bronte. Charlotte Bronte fits because Jane Eyre is a Victorian Bildungsroman with Gothic elements, moral independence, and first-person narration. Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress, John Bunyan is linked to the Pilgrim's Progress. Charles Dickens points instead to Great Expectations, so it does not match this clue. Question 27. Considering a CLEP-style clue, which author is most closely associated with Dover Beach? Option A, William Shakespeare. Option B, Doris Lessing. Option C, Matthew Arnold. Option D. Daniel Defoe. The correct answer is option C. Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold fits because Dover Beach is a Victorian lyric often linked with religious doubt, melancholy and cultural uncertainty. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet, Doris Lessing is linked to the Golden Notebook. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 28. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue when a passage shows a contrast between expectation and reality or between literal and intended meaning, which term fits? Option A. Allusion. Option B. Irony. Option C. Iambic pentameter. Option D. Alliteration. The correct answer is option B. Irony. Irony fits because it means a contrast between expectation and reality or between literal and intended meaning. Allusion and alliteration refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Iambic pentameter is also different. Imagery appeals to the senses, meter organizes rhythm, symbolism uses objects to suggest larger meanings. Question 29. During work matching, which title belongs to Aphra-Behn? Option A. Orinoco. Option B. The Canterbury Tales. Option C. The Second Coming. Option D. My Last Duchess. The correct answer is option A. Orinoco. Orinoco fits because it is Aphra-Behn's work, an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery and heroic romance. The Second Coming is associated with W. B. Yeats. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. My Last Duchess belongs with Robert Browning, not this author clue. Question 30. Which term fits a passage where nearby words begin with repeated consonant sounds? Option A. Meter. Option B. Assonance. Option C. Irony. Option D. Alliteration. The correct answer is option D. Alliteration. Alliteration fits because alliteration repeats initial consonant sounds and is especially important in Old English poetry. Assonance is wrong because assonance repeats vowel sounds. Meter and irony describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 31. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, can you identify the technique when a poem presents shepherds and rural life as simple, peaceful, and ideal? Option A. Gothic. Option B. Satire. Option C. Pastoral. Option D. Modernism. The correct answer is option C. Pastoral. Pastoral fits because pastoral literature idealizes rural settings and often contrasts them with court or city life. Gothic is wrong because Gothic emphasizes terror and mystery. Satire and modernism describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 32. If you see anonymous Old English poet, which title should you remember? Option A. Paradise Lost. Option B. Sonnets. Option C. Middlemarch. Option D. Beowulf. The correct answer is option D. Beowulf. Beowulf fits because it is anonymous Old English poet's work, an Anglo-Saxon heroic epic built around monsters, loyalty, fame, and alliterative verse. Sonnets is associated with William Shakespeare. Middlemarch is associated with George Eliot. Paradise Lost belongs with John Milton, not this author clue. Question 33. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, can Holy Sonnets help identify which author? Option A. Emily Bronte. Option B. Salman Rushdie. Option C. John Donne. Option D. Geoffrey Chaucer. The correct answer is option C. John Donne. John Donne fits because Holy Sonnets is a group of metaphysical poems using paradox, argument, and intense spiritual drama. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. Emily Bronte points instead to Wuthering Heights, so it does not match this clue. Question 34. Studying a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to D. H. Lawrence? Option A. Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B. King Lear. Option C. Sons and Lovers. Option D. Dover Beach. The correct answer is option C. Sons and Lovers. Sons and Lovers fits because it is D. H. Lawrence's work, a modern novel of psychological realism, family bonds, sexuality, and class tension. Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake. King Lear is associated with William Shakespeare. Dover Beach belongs with Matthew Arnold, not this author clue. Question 35. Can you name the literary term for two consecutive lines of verse, usually linked by rhyme or thought? Option A. Tone. Option B. Narrator. Option C. Couplet. Option D. Metaphor. The correct answer is option C. Couplet. Couplet fits because it means two consecutive lines of verse, usually linked by rhyme or thought. Narrator and metaphor refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Tone is also different. Octave is 8 lines, sestet is 6 lines, stanza is a larger grouped unit. Question 36. When Pip and Miss Havisham appears in a CLEP-style item, which work fits? Option A, Preface to Shakespeare. Option B, Frankenstein. Option C, Waiting for Godot. Option D, Great Expectations. The correct answer is option D, Great Expectations. Pip and Miss Havisham belong to Dickens's Victorian novel about class, guilt, and moral growth. Tess belongs to Hardy, Stephen Dedalus belongs to Joyce, Okonkwo belongs to Achebe. Question 37. Can Waiting for Godot help identify which author? Option A, John Milton. Option B, Seamus Heaney. Option C, Samuel Beckett. Option D, John Donne. The correct answer is option C, Samuel Beckett. Samuel Beckett fits because Waiting for Godot is an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. Seamus Heaney is linked to North, John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. John Donne points instead to Holy Sonnets, so it does not match this clue. Question 38. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue when a passage shows the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem, which term fits? Option A, soliloquy. Option B, rhyme scheme. Option C, dramatic irony. Option D, octave. The correct answer is option B, rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme fits because it means the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem. Soliloquy and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Octave is also different, meter is rhythm, diction is word choice, imagery is sensory language. Question 39. Testing a CLEP-style clue, identify the writer normally connected with Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option A, Seamus Heaney. Option B, Joseph Conrad. Option C, Thomas Hardy. Option D, Ben Jonson. The correct answer is option C, Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy fits because Tess of the D'Urbervilles is a late Victorian tragic novel involving social judgment, fate, sexuality, and rural change. Ben Jonson is linked to Volpone, Joseph Conrad is linked to Heart of Darkness. Seamus Heaney points instead to North, so it does not match this clue. Question 40. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, how should a CLEP author clue for Othello be answered? Option A, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option B, William Shakespeare. Option C, Lord Byron. Option D, Thomas Hardy. The correct answer is option B, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Othello is a tragedy built around jealousy, manipulation, race, and trust. Thomas Hardy is linked to Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales. Lord Byron points instead to Don Juan, so it does not match this clue. Question 41. How is third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom usually labeled? Option A, blank verse. Option B, foreshadowing. Option C, free indirect discourse. Option D, frame narrative. The correct answer is option C, free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because it means third-person narration that slips into a character's thoughts or idiom. Blank verse and foreshadowing refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Frame narrative is also different, first person uses I, omniscient narration is broadly all-knowing, dramatic irony depends on audience knowledge. Question 42. If you see Christopher Marlowe, which title should you remember? Option A, Ulysses. Option B, Dr. Faustus. Option C, The Tempest. Option D, Waiting for Godot. The correct answer is option B, Dr. Faustus. Dr. Faustus fits because it is Christopher Marlowe's work, a Renaissance tragedy about ambition, forbidden knowledge, and a bargain with the devil. Ulysses is associated with James Joyce, The Tempest is associated with William Shakespeare. Waiting for Godot belongs with Samuel Beckett, not this author clue. Question 43. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, study cards should connect Laurence Sterne with which work? Option A, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B, Hard Times. Option C, Ode to the West Wind. Option D, Tristram Shandy. The correct answer is option D, Tristram Shandy. Tristram Shandy fits because it is Laurence Sterne's work, an experimental 18th-century novel famous for digression and playful narration. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens, Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake. Ode to the West Wind belongs with Percy Bysshe Shelley, not this author clue. Question 44. When a review note mentions humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama, which period fits? Option A, Modernism. Option B, Renaissance. Option C, Neoclassical. Option D, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. The correct answer is option B, Renaissance. Renaissance fits because it is commonly linked with humanism, courtly culture, sonnets, revenge tragedy, and flourishing drama. Anglo-Saxon/Old English is different because Old English literature is known for heroic epic and alliterative verse. Neoclassical and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 45. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, can you name the literary term for narration that imitates the flow of a character's thoughts and perceptions? Option A, ode. Option B, kenning. Option C, stream of consciousness. Option D, Bildungsroman. The correct answer is option C, stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because it means narration that imitates the flow of a character's thoughts and perceptions. Kenning and ode refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Bildungsroman is also different. Omniscient narration surveys many minds, allegory uses symbolic action, satire mocks social errors. Question 46. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these terms, which one names drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class and witty conversation? Option A, Bildungsroman. Option B, comedy of manners. Option C, alliteration. Option D, sonnet. The correct answer is option B, comedy of manners. Comedy of manners fits because it means drama that satirizes social behavior, courtship, class and witty conversation. Bildungsroman and sonnet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Alliteration is also different. Tragedy centers on suffering or downfall, melodrama heightens emotion, epic narrates heroic action. Question 47. Considering a CLEP-style clue, choose the work most closely linked with George Eliot. Option A, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option B, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option C, Middlemarch. Option D, Don Juan. The correct answer is option C, Middlemarch. Middlemarch fits because it is George Eliot's work, a realist Victorian novel known for social breadth, moral complexity and Dorothea Brooke. Sonnets from the Portuguese is associated with Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. A Midsummer Night's Dream belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 48. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, how should a CLEP author clue for in memoriam be answered? Option A, Henry Fielding. Option B, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option C, William Shakespeare. Option D, anonymous Old English poet. The correct answer is option B, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Alfred, Lord Tennyson fits because in memoriam is a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. Henry Fielding is linked to Tom Jones, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Anonymous Old English poet points instead to Beowulf, so it does not match this clue. Question 49. During work matching, which title belongs to John Bunyan? Option A, The Pilgrim's Progress. Option B, Tom Jones. Option C, Robinson Crusoe. Option D, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The correct answer is option A, The Pilgrim's Progress. The Pilgrim's Progress fits because it is John Bunyan's work, a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. Robinson Crusoe is associated with Daniel Defoe. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner is associated with Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Tom Jones belongs with Henry Fielding, not this author clue. Question 50. On a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with the importance of being earnest? Option A, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option B, Samuel Johnson. Option C, Sir Thomas Malory. Option D, Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option D, Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde fits because The Importance of Being Earnest is a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. Sir Thomas Malory is linked to L. E. Mort d'Arthur. Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam Samuel Johnson points instead to preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 51. How would a clue about Lord Byron most likely be answered? Option A, L. E. Mort d'Arthur. Option B, Volpone. Option C, Dr. Faustus. Option D, Don Juan. The correct answer is option D, Don Juan. Don Juan fits because it is Lord Byron's work, a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. L. E. Mort d'Arthur belongs with Sir Thomas Malory, not this author clue. Question 52. How should a CLEP author clue for hard times be answered? Option A, Charles Dickens. Option B, Emily Bronte. Option C, Kazuo Ishiguro. Option D, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. The correct answer is option A, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Hard Times is a Victorian social problem novel criticizing industrial utilitarianism and dehumanizing education. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH. Emily Bronte points instead to Wuthering Heights, so it does not match this clue. Question 53. Preparing a CLEP-style clue recognizing a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry points to which term? Option A. Foreshadowing. Option B. Kenning. Option C. Frame narrative. Option D. Octave. The correct answer is option B. Ing. Kenning fits because it means a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry. Octave and foreshadowing refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Frame narrative is also different. Conceit is usually a longer elaborate comparison. Epithet is a descriptive tag. Metonymy uses association rather than compounding. Question 54. Which term fits a passage where a story is told by a voice whose judgments seem limited, biased, or misleading? Option A. Unreliable narrator. Option B. Omniscient narrator. Option C. Objective correlative. Option D. Authorial biography. The correct answer is option A. Unreliable narrator. Unreliable narrator fits because an unreliable narrator gives readers reason to question the accuracy or fairness of the account. Omniscient narrator is wrong because omniscient narration is broadly all-knowing. Authorial biography and objective correlative describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 55. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, identify the writer normally connected with Volpone. Option A. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B. Ben Jonson. Option C. John Bunyan. Option D. James Joyce. The correct answer is option B. Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson fits because Volpone is a Jacobean satirical comedy exposing greed, deception, and moral corruption. James Joyce is linked to Ulysses. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. John Bunyan points instead to the Pilgrim's Progress, so it does not match this clue. Question 56. Examining a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by Salman Rushdie? Option A. The Tempest. Option B. Midnight's Children. Option C. Wuthering Heights. Option D. To His Coy Mistress. The correct answer is option B. Midnight's Children. Midnight's Children fits because it is Salman Rushdie's work, a post-colonial novel using magical realism to connect personal and national history. Wuthering Heights is associated with Emily Bronte. To His Coy Mistress is associated with Andrew Marvell. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 57. Considering a CLEP-style clue, choose the work most closely linked with Thomas Hardy. Option A. The Temple. Option B. Mrs. Dalloway. Option C. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option D. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. The correct answer is option D. Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Tess of the D'Urbervilles fits because it is Thomas Hardy's work, a late Victorian tragic novel involving social judgment, fate, sexuality, and rural change. The Temple is associated with George Herbert. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner is associated with Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Mrs. Dalloway belongs with Virginia Woolf, not this author clue. Question 58. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, when Samuel Taylor Coleridge appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Middlemarch. Option B. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option C. Jane Eyre. Option D. North. The correct answer is option B. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner fits because it is Samuel Taylor Coleridge's work, a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. Jane Eyre is associated with Charlotte Bronte. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Middlemarch belongs with George Eliot, not this author clue. Question 59. Testing a CLEP-style clue during terminology review, which term matches a situation in which the audience knows more than a character does? Option A. Caesura. Option B. Octave. Option C. Dramatic irony. Option D. Mock epic. The correct answer is option C. Dramatic irony. Dramatic irony fits because it means a situation in which the audience knows more than a character does. Octave and mock epic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Caesura is also different. Verbal irony says one thing and means another. Soliloquy is a stage speech. Parody imitates style for comic effect. Question 60. How is a figure of speech using a part to represent the whole or the whole for a part usually labeled? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Enjambment. Option C. Simile. Option D. Synecdoche. The correct answer is option D. Synecdoche. Synecdoche fits because it means a figure of speech using a part to represent the whole or the whole for a part. Heroic couplet and simile refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Enjambment is also different. Metonymy uses association, simile compares with like or as, caesura is a pause in verse. Question 61. Tracing a CLEP-style clue. If you see Oscar Wilde, which title should you remember? Option A. The Canterbury Tales. Option B. Hard Times. Option C. The Fairy Queen. Option D. The Importance of Being Earnest. The correct answer is option D. The Importance of Being Earnest. The Importance of Being Earnest fits because it is Oscar Wilde's work, a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. The Fairy Queen belongs with Edmund Spenser, not this author clue. Question 62. Identify the period linked with order, reason, decorum, satire, heroic couplets, and classical imitation. Option A. Modernism. Option B. Romantic. Option C. Neoclassical/18th century. Option D. Renaissance. The correct answer is option C. Neoclassical/18th century. Neoclassical/18th century fits because it is commonly linked with order, reason, decorum, satire, heroic couplets, and classical imitation. Renaissance is different because Renaissance writing highlights humanism, drama, and exploration of individual ambition. Romantic and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 63. Preparing a CLEP-style clue. When a CLEP-style passage shows that narration follows a character's flowing perceptions, memories, and associations, which answer works? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Comedy of manners. Option C. Stream of consciousness. Option D. Allegory. The correct answer is option C. Stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness fits because stream of consciousness tries to imitate mental flow and is central to many modernist novels. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplet is a verse form. Allegory and comedy of manners describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 64. Who wrote Ulysses? Option A. Charles Dickens. Option B. Jane Austen. Option C. Daniel Defoe. Option D. James Joyce. The correct answer is option D. James Joyce. James Joyce fits because Ulysses is a modernist novel associated with stream of consciousness, mythic parallels, and one-day structure. Jane Austen is linked to Pride and Prejudice. Daniel Defoe is linked to Robinson Crusoe. Charles Dickens points instead to Great Expectations, so it does not match this clue. Question 65. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by Charles Dickens? Option A. Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B. Hard Times. Option C. Macbeth. Option D. The Pilgrim's Progress. The correct answer is option B. Hard Times. Hard Times fits because it is Charles Dickens's work, a Victorian social problem novel criticizing industrial utilitarianism and dehumanizing education. The Pilgrim's Progress is associated with John Bunyan. Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake. Macbeth belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 66. Examining a CLEP-style clue. If a clue names The Pilgrim's Progress, which author is expected? Option A. John Bunyan. Option B. Daniel Defoe. Option C. Jane Austen. Option D. George Herbert. The correct answer is option A. John Bunyan. John Bunyan fits because The Pilgrim's Progress is a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. Jane Austen is linked to Pride and Prejudice. George Herbert is linked to the Temple. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 67. Considering a CLEP-style clue. When a passage shows the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet, which term fits? Option A. Conceit. Option B. Sestet. Option C. Simile. Option D. Allusion. The correct answer is option B. Sestet. Sestet fits because it means the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet. Simile and conceit refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Allusion is also different. Octave is 8 lines, couplet is 2 lines, refrain is repeated language. Question 68. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue. How should a clue about industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels be classified? Option A. Renaissance. Option B. Victorian. Option C. Romantic. Option D. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. The correct answer is option B. Victorian. Victorian fits because it is commonly linked with industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels. Romantic is different because Romantic literature places greater emphasis on imagination, nature, and individual feeling. Anglo-Saxon/Old English and Renaissance point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 69. Testing a CLEP-style clue, select the term for the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words. Option A, alliteration. Option B, motif. Option C, tragedy. Option D, narrator. The correct answer is option A, alliteration. Alliteration fits because it means the repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words. Motif and tragedy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Narrator is also different, assonance repeats vowel sounds, metaphor makes an implied comparison, satire mocks vice or folly. Question 70. Comparing a CLEP-style clue. If a clue names Ode to the West Wind, which author is expected? Option A, W. B. Yeats. Option B, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option C, Matthew Arnold. Option D, Doris Lessing. The correct answer is option B, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley fits because Ode to the West Wind is a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Matthew Arnold is linked to Dover Beach, Doris Lessing is linked to the Golden Notebook. W. B. Yeats points instead to the Second Coming, so it does not match this clue. Question 71. If a poem uses interlocking three-line rhyme often associated with Dante and later English adaptations, which device is present? Option A, terza rima. Option B, mock epic. Option C, satire. Option D, foreshadowing. The correct answer is option A, terza rima. Terza rima fits because it means interlocking three-line rhyme often associated with Dante and later English adaptations. Foreshadowing and mock epic refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Satire is also different, heroic couplet rhymes in pairs, sonnet has 14 lines, ballad stanza is narrative and song-like. Question 72. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue during passage analysis, which term matches the clue that a comparison explicitly uses like or as? Option A, paradox. Option B, synecdoche. Option C, metaphor. Option D, simile. The correct answer is option D, simile. Simile fits because simile is the figure of comparison signaled by words such as like or as. Metaphor is wrong because metaphor implies comparison without those words. Synecdoche and paradox describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 73. Preparing a CLEP-style clue during author review, which writer belongs with great expectations? Option A, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option B, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C, Charles Dickens. Option D, Samuel Johnson. The correct answer is option C, Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens fits because Great Expectations is a Victorian Bildungsroman about pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales, Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH. Samuel Johnson points instead to preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 74. Studying a CLEP-style clue, can a CLEP item about Seamus Heaney point to which work? Option A, Orinoco. Option B, The Rape of the Lock. Option C, North. Option D, preface to Shakespeare. The correct answer is option C, North. North fits because it is Seamus Heaney's work, a modern poetry collection often linked with history, violence, bog imagery, and memory. The Rape of the Lock is associated with Alexander Pope, Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn. Preface to Shakespeare belongs with Samuel Johnson, not this author clue. Question 75. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue among these works, which one is by Sir Thomas Malory? Option A, The Temple. Option B, Ode to the West Wind. Option C, L.E. Mort d'Arthur. Option D, Frankenstein. The correct answer is option C, L.E. Mort d'Arthur. L.E. Mort d'Arthur fits because it is Sir Thomas Malory's work, a prose romance that gathers Arthurian legends of knights, quests, and chivalry. Ode to the West Wind is associated with Percy Bysshe Shelley, The Temple is associated with George Herbert. Frankenstein belongs with Mary Shelley, not this author clue. Question 76. Who wrote the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock? Option A, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option B, T.S. Eliot. Option C, George Orwell. Option D, Andrew Marvell. The correct answer is option B, T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is a modernist dramatic monologue about paralysis, self-consciousness, and urban alienation. Andrew Marvell is linked to his coy mistress, George Orwell is linked to 1984. Alfred, Lord Tennyson points instead to In Memoriam AHH, so it does not match this clue. Question 77. Considering a CLEP-style clue, when a passage shows giving human qualities to an animal, object, or abstract idea, which term fits? Option A. Enjambment. Option B. Personification. Option C. Soliloquy. Option D. Satire. The correct answer is option B. Personification. Personification fits because it means giving human qualities to an animal, object, or abstract idea. Soliloquy and enjambment refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Satire is also different. Metaphor compares unlike things, irony contrasts meaning and appearance, caesura marks a pause. Question 78. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue during terminology review, which term matches the first 8-line unit of a Petrarchan sonnet? Option A. Motif. Option B. Simile. Option C. Kenning. Option D. Octave. The correct answer is option D. Octave. Octave fits because it means the first 8-line unit of a Petrarchan sonnet. Simile and kenning refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Motif is also different. Sestet is 6 lines, quatrain is 4 lines, couplet is 2 lines. Question 79. Select a term for a novel told through letters or documents. Option A. Alliteration. Option B. Apostrophe. Option C. Rhyme scheme. Option D. Epistolary novel. The correct answer is option D. Epistolary novel. Epistolary novel fits because it means a novel told through letters or documents. Apostrophe and alliteration refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Rhyme scheme is also different. Frame narrative embeds stories inside a larger story. Dramatic monologue is a poem with one speaker. Satire mocks social faults. Question 80. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, how is a 14-line lyric poem usually written in iambic pentameter usually labeled? Option A. Dramatic monologue. Option B. Ode. Option C. Sonnet. Option D. Metaphor. The correct answer is option C. Sonnet. Sonnet fits because it means a 14-line lyric poem usually written in iambic pentameter. Dramatic monologue and ode refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Metaphor is also different. Ballad is a song-like narrative, epic is long and heroic, essay is nonfiction prose. Question 81. Tracing a CLEP-style clue during author review, which writer belongs with the temple? Option A. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option B. Chinua Achebe. Option C. William Blake. Option D. George Herbert. The correct answer is option D. George Herbert. George Herbert fits because the temple is a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. William Blake points instead to songs of innocence and experience, so it does not match this clue. Question 82. Recognizing literature that idealizes rural life, shepherds, or the countryside points to which term? Option A. Heroic couplet. Option B. Pastoral. Option C. Synecdoche. Option D. Bildungsroman. The correct answer is option B. Pastoral. Pastoral fits because it means literature that idealizes rural life, shepherds, or the countryside. Heroic couplet and synecdoche refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Bildungsroman is also different. Gothic stresses terror and mystery, realism emphasizes ordinary life, satire ridicules social faults. Question 83. Preparing a CLEP-style clue among these choices, which one explains a passage where a prose passage ridicules pride and social corruption to criticize them? Option A. Satire. Option B. Romance. Option C. Elegy. Option D. Ode. The correct answer is option A. Satire. Satire fits because satire uses ridicule, irony, and exaggeration to expose vice or folly. Elegy is wrong because elegy laments loss. Romance and ode describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 84. Studying a CLEP-style clue, how should a reader label a passage where a line moves mostly unstressed stressed 5 times? Option A. Ballad stanza. Option B. Iambic pentameter. Option C. Terza rima. Option D. Free verse. The correct answer is option B. Iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter fits because iambic pentameter is built from 5 iambs, creating the common 10-syllable rhythm used in much English verse and drama. Ballad stanza is wrong because ballad stanza is a narrative quatrain pattern, not a single 5-foot line. Free verse and terza rima describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 85. Recognizing a CLEP style clue. If a clue names Belinda and the stolen lock of hair, which title is expected? Option A. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option B. Sonnets. Option C. The Second Coming. Option D. The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option D. The Rape of the Lock. Belinda is the fashionable figure at the center of Pope's mock heroic satire. Tess belongs to Hardy, Jane Eyre belongs to Bronte, Grendel belongs to Beowulf. Question 86. Examining a CLEP style clue, choose the work most closely linked with Charles Dickens. Option A. Wuthering Heights. Option B. Ulysses. Option C. Great Expectations. Option D. Gulliver's Travels. The correct answer is option C. Great Expectations. Great Expectations fits because it is Charles Dickens's work, a Victorian Bildungsroman about Pip, class aspiration, guilt, and moral growth. Gulliver's Travels is associated with Jonathan Swift, Ulysses is associated with James Joyce. Wuthering Heights belongs with Emily Bronte, not this author clue. Question 87. When a CLEP-style passage shows that a song-like poem tells a story in simple repeated stanzas, which answer works? Option A. Ballad. Option B. Mock epic. Option C. Sonnet. Option D. Elegy. The correct answer is option A. Ballad. Ballad fits because ballads are narrative, song-like poems often using repetition, dialogue, and strong rhythms. Elegy is wrong because elegy mourns death or loss. Mock epic and sonnet describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 88. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue during work matching, which title belongs to Robert Browning? Option A. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option B. The Canterbury Tales. Option C. In Memoriam AHH. Option D. My Last Duchess. The correct answer is option D. My Last Duchess. My Last Duchess fits because it is Robert Browning's work, a dramatic monologue revealing character through a speaker's controlled self-exposure. In Memoriam AHH is associated with Alfred, Lord Tennyson. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner belongs with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, not this author clue. Question 89. Which term fits a passage where third-person narration slips into a character's private language and thoughts? Option A. Free indirect discourse. Option B. Frame narrative. Option C. Mock epic. Option D. Soliloquy. The correct answer is option A. Free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because free indirect discourse blends third-person narration with a character's inner voice, a technique important in Austen and later fiction. Soliloquy is wrong because soliloquy is a dramatic speech. Frame narrative and mock epic describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 90. Comparing a CLEP-style clue. If a clue names sons and lovers, which author is expected? Option A. Daniel Defoe. Option B. William Shakespeare. Option C. D.H. Lawrence. Option D. Geoffrey Chaucer. The correct answer is option C. D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence fits because Sons and Lovers is a modern novel of psychological realism, family bonds, sexuality, and class tension. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 91. If you see Ben Jonson, which title should you remember? Option A. The Tempest. Option B. Volpone. Option C. The Second Coming. Option D. North. The correct answer is option B. Volpone. Volpone fits because it is Ben Jonson's work, a Jacobean satirical comedy exposing greed, deception, and moral corruption. The Second Coming is associated with W. B. Yeats. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 92. Which author is most closely associated with the Rime of the Ancient Mariner? Option A. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option B. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option C. Joseph Conrad. Option D. D.H. Lawrence. The correct answer is option B. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Samuel Taylor Coleridge fits because the Rime of the Ancient Mariner is a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. Joseph Conrad is linked to Heart of Darkness. D.H. Lawrence points instead to Sons and Lovers, so it does not match this clue. Question 93. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, can you identify the technique when an object in a story carries meaning beyond its literal role? Option A. Caesura. Option B. Realism. Option C. Illusion. Option D. Symbolism. The correct answer is option D. Symbolism. Symbolism fits because symbolism lets concrete objects, actions, or images suggest larger abstract meanings. Realism is wrong because realism emphasizes credible ordinary experience. Caesura and illusion describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 94. Among these choices, which one explains a passage where characters named for virtues or vices act out a moral journey? Option A. Realism. Option B. Soliloquy. Option C. Assonance. Option D. Allegory. The correct answer is option D. Allegory. Allegory fits because allegory gives narrative elements sustained symbolic meanings, often moral or religious. Realism is wrong because realism emphasizes ordinary believable life. Assonance and soliloquy describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 95. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue among these writers, who is linked to Hamlet? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option C. T.S. Eliot. Option D. Oscar Wilde. The correct answer is option A. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Hamlet is a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. T.S. Eliot is linked to the wasteland. Samuel Taylor Coleridge points instead to the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, so it does not match this clue. Question 96. When George Herbert appears in review, which title fits? Option A. North. Option B. The Temple. Option C. The Remains of the Day. Option D. Omeros. The correct answer is option B. The Temple. The Temple fits because it is George Herbert's work, a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Omeros is associated with Derek Walcott. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. North belongs with Seamus Heaney, not this author clue. Question 97. During work matching, which title belongs to James Joyce? Option A. Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B. The Remains of the Day. Option C. In Memoriam AHH. Option D. Ulysses. The correct answer is option D. Ulysses. Ulysses fits because it is James Joyce's work, a modernist novel associated with stream of consciousness, mythic parallels, and one-day structure. In Memoriam AHH is associated with Alfred, Lord Tennyson. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. Songs of Innocence and Experience belongs with William Blake, not this author clue. Question 98. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, should Pride and Prejudice be matched with which writer? Option A. Jane Austen. Option B. John Bunyan. Option C. Kazuo Ishiguro. Option D. Emily Bronte. The correct answer is option A. Jane Austen. Jane Austen fits because Pride and Prejudice is a novel of manners centered on courtship, class, irony, and moral judgment. Emily Bronte is linked to Wuthering Heights. Kazuo Ishiguro is linked to The Remains of the Day. John Bunyan points instead to The Pilgrim's Progress, so it does not match this clue. Question 99. Testing a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about William Shakespeare most likely be answered? Option A. Sonnets. Option B. Orinoco. Option C. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option D. Ode to the West Wind. The correct answer is option A. Sonnets. Sonnets fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a sonnet sequence often tested for rhyme scheme, love, time, beauty, and mortality. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner is associated with Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn. Ode to the West Wind belongs with Percy Bysshe Shelley, not this author clue. Question 100. Which author is most closely associated with Omeros? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. Joseph Conrad. Option C. Chinua Achebe. Option D. Derek Walcott. The correct answer is option D. Derek Walcott. Derek Walcott fits because Omeros is a Caribbean epic that reworks classical forms through post-colonial history and island experience. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Joseph Conrad points instead to Heart of Darkness, so it does not match this clue.